I'll come running after you. See, I'll come running after you. And I'll come running after you. Blow that one time. Continue to worship. Good afternoon. Bless you, bless you. I see you all on. Bless you, bless you, bless you, bless you. I do not own the rights to this music. This is Myron Williams called Draw Me. And I see you all on. Thank you all for tuning in to the Prophet Speaks. Hallelujah, hallelujah. Good afternoon, Michelle and Linda and Fern and Elaine and Sarah and Dave and Bishop Bernard. How are you? James, Bedori. Bless you. Afternoon, Crystal. I feel a worship in my spirit. I feel this today. I don't mind waiting on you, Lord. I know it's hard to wait sometimes on where God is and how God is moving. But where we are in this season, afternoon, Ryan, afternoon, Bishop-elect Brown, bless you. Where we are right now, it's just a waiting period, and we have been in a hard place. And bless you, John. We've been in a hard place and waiting for God to show up. Bless you, my son. But there is something about being drawn to God. And about being drawn in the presence of God. And being drawn in the presence of God when you don't know what else to do. And waiting just seems to be the thing that comes automatic. It's automatic. It's something that happens in certain times of our lives. And we get antsy. We have anxiety. We sit in places and we don't really understand what God is doing, what the divine is doing. We don't understand how God is moving. But when we get into a posture of grace for the day, and I don't use patience because I believe in the text tells us that patience creates tribulation and trial unnecessarily. And so I ask for grace for the day. I ask for grace because grace allows me to go into a place where I really don't mind waiting for God to show up. I don't mind where God has me in the waiting period, in the holding pattern. We oftentimes get angry or antsy or have anxiety in the waiting period. And in this season of where we are right now, the thing that God is wanting us and the divine is wanting us to get to is to get to a place where we are being able to be led with ourselves and by ourselves and being led into a place where we can hear what the divine is saying to us and through us and for us. And so this is an interesting time that we're in right now. And Crystal said it's an interesting season that we're in right now. I see you, John. I see you, Michelle. I see you, Pastor Amandeo. I see you, my daughter. Thank you for being on. This is an interesting time where we are right now. And so sometimes waiting seems to just be the best thing to do. Waiting without being so hurried to move to the next place. Because when you get in a hurry, you don't get the lesson right away. You don't get what the divine is trying to give to you and get to you and through you. You when you're in a hurry in some things, we miss the lessons that's supposed to come along the way. When we're in a hurry for some things, we miss what we need to learn about ourselves. We miss what we get to ourselves and away from ourselves. When we're in a hurry to get from one place to the next, we miss seasons because we don't necessarily get full instructions. The sacred text talks about sons and daughters hearing the instruction from the teacher and the father and the mother. And so in this season, God is trying to get us to a place where we get all of the instructions. Some of us have gotten some of the instructions, but we have not gotten all of the instructions. And because we get half of the instructions and we jump out there because we thought we heard everything that there was to know, we miss certain things. We come into problems, we come into situations that if we had just waited, we would not be where we are right now. Sometimes us not waiting means that we get into situations prematurely. And we don't have the full scope or the full gamut of what God wants to do and how God is trying to strategically get to us, to get things to us, through us, for us and by us. In this season of waiting, beloved, we have to understand that waiting is going to produce the spirit of discernment. Our waiting is going to produce principles that if we had just waited long enough, we would have got the principles the first time. The teachers often tell you just read it and read it again and read it again and read it, and not so you can memorize it. Because memorizing something means that when it's done and it's over with, you will forget what you memorize. But when you know it and you get it down in your spirit, and you cannot be in a certain place at a certain time in a certain season of your life, and something comes up and you remember that thing because you know it and you got it and it's in you and it's through you, it's bred in you, it's bred for you. And so in this season of where we are, this season of unrest, this season of racism that seems to be so prevalent, that your president has incited with MAGA and all of these make America great again, with all of the white supremacists being so anxious to kill our black brothers and our brown brothers, to incarcerate our men, to kill up our male children. It's just as if when King Herod had heard of the Christ, that wasn't sure that the Christ was true, but had heard the prophecies coming. There is a prophecy that's been spoken over our generation and our lives, and the enemy does not want that prophetic word to come to pass. And so what the king has done is sent out a decree to begin to kill and displace and disrupt and disuse and misuse our black and brown bodies. King Herod heard the voice, heard that the king was coming, heard that the one who was coming to bring peace, because black and brown people are inherently peaceful. We're not a people who are inherently evil. We get to a place when we feel threatened. Black and brown bodies are not inherently wicked people unless we have been brought in by a system that oppresses us to make us kill our brothers. Come on, brothers killing brothers, and that's a whole different story. Come on, and crimes of proximity, because we feel that somebody is going to get something greater than what we get or what we have. And so we have this thing of annihilating and killing ourselves. But this is the thing that I know. When God wanted to free and get the children of Israel to a place of freedom, God always raised Pharaoh. And every time Pharaoh got to the point where he knew he was being used, he became more and more angry. And what he did was he put systems in place. The children of Israel when they got ready, said, the promise came that you will get into and you will live in the land of milk and honey. Well, where's the land of milk and honey? That land of milk and honey of knowing your worth, being able to have economic wealth, being able to have economic wealth and communities be sustained by itself. Us being and doing what we have been called to do, to raise farm and agriculture and all those kinds of things, the barter system, for us to be our own bosses and for us to obtain wealth and whatever our hands find to do, that's what we should be finding to do. And whatever the skill set we have, that is what we should be putting in place. And so whenever Pharaoh got to the place where he came to himself and said, the children of Israel, every year they wax stronger. they wax greater. What can we do to oppress them? Because it seems as if every time we go to oppress them, they wax stronger. They grow in number. It's ironic that even through this COVID, what was created by a system to take out brown and black and brown bodies in communities, we seem to be seeing more babies being born in this season of COVID, and I guess they must have thought that our children were not going to be born in calamity, in this pandemic. But this is what I know. Every time the children of Israel got ready to be free, God raised the Pharaoh, and God used that Pharaoh. God is using 45 in this season to get us back to a place where we understand who we are and whose we are. Whenever God wanted to get us to a place, God used the Pharaoh. And in this season, 45 is Pharaoh. That system of oppression, that system of racism, that political unrest, and that injustice where white privilege and white supremacy seems to be showing its head now. It was more prevalent when the Civil War between the North and the South happened, and we thought that white supremacy and the KKK and MAGA was underground and you didn't know it. And it was not overt, it was very covert. That system of oppression and racism was very covert. But now we have somebody in the White House who wants to be king, who is trying to make himself king. Come on. An actor who has bought and used his money and used his white supremacist ideas to create a system to bring white supremacy to the forefront. Supremacy was never gone. It was never dead. Racism was never dead. It was never gone. We thought it was hidden. Now, how they feel about us is being filmed. It is being publicized for the world to see. And the people who believe in these systems have joined with this man in the White House, who is y'all's president, to allow the systems of oppression where black and brown bodies, if it was a black police officer who had killed Floyd and Eric Garner and the rest of them, they would have been in jail right now. I know they're saying they're having trouble playing the video because of what I'm talking about. But I am going to keep talking because I know that in the season of where we are, racism is on the loose. Racism is on the loose, and the system of oppression and the systems of oppression have gotten so in the way that the people now are making judgments against the world and the world system and the people who are in the world. And this is what I know as someone who has a brother, who has an uncle, who has friends, who has people who are black and brown, who are or seems to be there's a price on their head, and the world seems to be threatened by their very presence. I have nephews that are coming up, and I pray for them every day because we live in a system that does not, blessings to you, Dad. We live in a world where they say we have freedom of speech, but we don't. They want to censor what we say. They want to censor what we do. And they get to do and say whatever they want to say, and it's okay. If it was a black and brown cop who killed Eric Garner and Floyd, they would have been in jail. But because it's a white cop, come on, and white cops, and that white woman in Central Park, we have to understand that we have a responsibility to get out and vote. We have to get out and vote. Some people say, oh, voting is not, voting doesn't mean anything and my vote is not going to count because you didn't vote. We have a despot in the White House. Those of you who did not vote, share this live with your people who feel like, oh, to vote is not going to make a difference and to vote is not going to do this. But we have a despot in the White House because we did not vote. You have a right. There is blood that was shed in the street. Your ancestors died for you to have a right to vote, and for you to say that you're not going to vote, you might as well stomp on their graves and spit on the ground and say that what they have done means nothing, because this is what I know. This is what I know. When you do not vote, that means you agree with the powers that be. Your vote changes everything, and your one vote can be the vote that changes everything. We need in this season for the prophetic voices to be speaking truth to power, speaking truth to injustice. In the book of Amos, it says, let justice run down like water, and righteousness like a mighty stream. In the book of Amos, chapter number 3, I believe it is. I'm going to get to it. Let justice run down like water, and righteousness like a mighty stream. We have a responsibility. We have a responsibility to do justice. The Bible says in Amos chapter 3, can two walk together without having met? How can we do that if we have not met? We have to proclaim the justice of the Lord. We have to hear what God is saying to the people. We have to understand that every time we do not do what we're supposed to do, somebody moves into a seat that was not called for them, that was not called to them. We have to understand that our voice and our vote and who we are in the world, it counts. It counts. And when you think it doesn't count, and when you think that what you have to give and what you have to offer is not what it's supposed to be, you have missed an opportunity for God to speak through you, for God to speak to you, for there to be what I know to be a prophetic utterance to the powers that be. We have to do justice. We have to love mercy. We have to walk humbly before our God. We cannot just sit by and let the powers that be control what we do and how we do. Amos 5:24. Let me get to it. I want to read it to you. 5:24. But let justice well up like water, and righteousness like an unfailing stream. We have to make the sacrifice to do. The word do is an action word. The word do means to get up and do something, to be visible, to be active, to be moving, to be strategic, to be intentional. Do means that you have gotten up from where you are. Instead of complaining about it, be about it. Instead of complaining about a system that does not work, call your legislators, write them letters, do what's supposed to be done, do your part. Because if you do not do your part, you have bought into the system that seeks to oppress our trans siblings. Come on. Our elders, because they're not just trying to come for marriage equality, they trying to come for Social Security. Come on. They're trying to kill up the old people. Come on. Because they don't want to pay that money. Our elders worked for that money. Come on. They worked all of their lives for that money, and now they're trying to take their benefits away. How is it? Even our veterans, they work and they give their lives and put their lives on the line. They sacrifice to fight for a country that does not fight for them. They fight for a country who does not come for them. They fight for a country who does not give them their due, their just due. How is it that you give your whole life to a country and then your country leaves you to be on the street as a beggar? Come on. They won't give you the health benefits that you need. They won't give you a place to stay. They won't give you food. You got PTSD. Come on. They won't give you your medicine. They won't treat you like an equal. You have worked hard for a country that kills innocent people, that allows racism to run rampant, that allows rich people to get richer, and poor people to have to work endlessly to make ends meet. You take a school system that does not work for black and brown bodies to be governed by somebody who is Eurocentric. Come on. And you have tests that are not culturally appropriate. You have teachers who are not getting paid. Come on. And have to deal with children who can't be disciplined by parents. Come on. You took prayer out of school because a white woman got mad because she was an atheist. How is it that all of these church people, come on, because they told us church people are not supposed to do politics, and we let one white woman who was an atheist get a bunch of people to sign a petition to get prayer out of school? Well, honey, the moment they took prayer out of school, they let guns come in, which is why you got white kids killing up people, killing up their kids, and they want to talk about, oh, they got ADHD and they got attention deficit disorders and they got mental health challenges. But when our kids, when they exemplify certain behaviors, they want to give them the ADHD medicine. They want to give them ADD medicine. They want to give them all kinds of medicine and dope them up. Then they become doped up children, which become doped up grown people. Come on. That's the sin. That is the sin that has done our families in. That is what happened. And then we turned around and allowed the church people, these mega churches, come on, and I don't got no problem with mega churches. But certain things they can't say because they getting paid, come on. And it's the small churches that are struggling. You go to the big churches, you go there to hide. But ain't nobody talking about social justice. Ain't nobody talking about ain't nobody talking about it. Racism, it sits in their churches too. But what they want to do is put in God we trust over it. Do you really trust in God? Because the text is, what does God require? That you do mercy, you act justly, and you walk humbly before your God. That's what it says. Says, what does the Lord require? The Lord requires that you walk humbly. This false humility that some people have, you walk around and you mean and you hateful and you say things just because you got a right to say it, just because you think you can say it. You hurt people's feelings. Come on. And we're walking around in the world and we have systematic oppressions that exist, and we think that we have a right not to say anything. It's their problem. No, it's our problem. As a prophet, I will be remiss not to say anything about this systematic oppression, because I have the power to decree and declare in and out of my mouth that the powers and the systems that are governed in the earth. The Bible says that we wrestle not against flesh and blood, but against powers, against spiritual wickedness in high places, against things that work in the air, against things that work against us. Where are the sons and daughters of Issachar that speak to the times, that can prophesy to the season? Where are the prophetic social justice warriors that get out? Where are the Martin Kings? Come on. Where are the Malcolm X? And I know we don't want to put Malcolm X in the same category with Dr. King, but we must, because they were both killed for the same reason. Rallying the black people and understanding that if we did not believe or get to the place where we trusted the power that lies within us to be community, we would never be community, and we will get lost in a system that seeks to separate us and get in a system that seeks to drive a wedge. It happened to Jesus with Judas. Judas felt like he wasn't getting his just due with Jesus, that he wasn't getting time with Jesus, that him and Jesus wasn't boys. And Jesus, why are we out here? Why are we struggling so? I want to go back to the way, I want to go back to work. Go back to work to what? You are following a system of oppression that seeks to kill your own people. We are called to community to serve community, but we got people in community that want to kill community. We got people in community that don't want to be with community because we are afraid that somebody else is going to get more than we have. The thing that I like about the Asians is the Asian population is that what they will do is they will start with the eldest. And they will get all their money and put it together. And they will put all their money and put it together. And they will work their own businesses. They won't hire anybody that won't work for a certain amount. And what they will do is they will work enough. They will work till the business is well enough to start another business. And then they will work that business. And then it will go from the person to person to person to person until everybody in the family has their own business, has their own, be it a laundromat, be it a supermarket, be it a beauty supply store, be it a nail shop, come on, be it whatever, be it a Chinese restaurant. But black people and brown people can't seem to get together long enough to put their coins together, because all they want to do is wear their money. They want to wear labels, and they want to buy their children expensive sneakers and stuff. And I'm not saying that there's anything wrong with it. What I am saying is, where is your money going? Have you been able to get some stock? Have you been able to do your just due? So when your children's children get to a certain place, after you transition, most black people ain't got insurance, health insurance, or death insurance. Insurance to live and insurance to die. Because we don't want to talk about dying. We don't want to talk about living wills and all those kinds of things. But if we don't talk about it, the system that has been set up against us is going to cave in on us, and some of us will get lost. It's not by happenstance a chance that COVID is run rampant in black and brown communities, because and hear me when I say that there is hardly no supermarkets that have fresh food. Come on. Which internally is what we need to get our bodies to the place where our immune systems are built up enough. No fresh food, no fresh vegetables and different things. We got processed canned food. We got the bodega on the corner. Come on. With pork and beans and franks in the can. Come on. But we created agriculture. It's in our hands to grow. My mother started a farm. She said she wanted to get some vegetables growing. She wanted a little vegetable bed. My mother, I went to my mama house, honey. She got watermelon grown. She got potatoes. She got onion. She got kale. She got spinach. She got romaine lettuce. She got collard greens. She got mustard greens. She got all different kinds of peppers. She got all different kinds of tomatoes. She got cantaloupe growing. She got watermelon growing. She all kinds of things. Until we get back to the place where we need to get what in our systems to get balance and homeostasis and get the right things going on, that vitamin C and getting out in the sun when we can, with proper social distancing. Because this here, I believe, was created to separate the wheat from the tare. But God said in his word, let the wheat and tare grow together, and God will do the separating. We have relationships on the wire, come on, because we don't know how to be in a house together because we don't like each other. Come on. Intentional. If the families are separate, come on. Where is community? We have spouses against spouses. We got mamas against daughters and daddies against sons. We got fathers who ain't nowhere with their children. Come on. We got mothers over here away from their children. And family has been the backbone to society, and the black and brown family has been the backbone to society forever. Now they're trying to make us, the divorce rate in listen, don't let them fool you. It's more of them getting divorced than we are. Because we know how to live through hard times. It's in it. We have a DNA that causes us, when things come up, we hitting it. We on it. We're going to do whatever we need to do to make sure that we are taken care of. I want to speak to you prophetically today and tell you that we have a responsibility to get our lives in order. We have a responsibility, you and I both. We have a responsibility to do justice, to do and show mercy, to walk humbly before our God. And all of those things, walking, showing, and doing, are action words. It means that we have to be with great intentionality to do something. Write a letter. We got scribes, prophetic people that can write it. We have wordsmiths that can write the hell out of letters and documents. We're all the scribes. We're all the seers to be able to see past what's being said. We're all the prophetic intercessors to be able to pray an overturn. The Bible says, if my people, text, which are called by my name, will humble themselves, seek God's face, pray, turn from their wicked way. And I don't want to say wicked way in the sense that it's acts of flesh, because that's what we want to say, their wicked way. Behavior is wicked way. Systems of oppression is wicked way. Ideologies and idolatry for a white privilege is a wicked way. Greetings, Bishop, Apostle Gloria, Apostle Hopkins. The wicked way. Turn from our wicked way. Then it said, then we will hear from heaven. God will forgive our sin. And sin in the sense that we missed the mark. Forgiving our sin, meaning that we get back to operating in society and community, fully holy, nothing missing, nothing lacking, nothing broken. It has nothing to do with the act of flesh or acts. Smoking, drinking, cussing, all that, because that's an act of your will. You can change that immediately. That people want to say it's sin, but it's not. It's an act of flesh. Sin means to miss the mark. like you have a bow and arrow, and you have a bull's eye, and you pull back on that bow and you let the arrow go, and the arrow misses the mark. That's what sin is, to miss the mark. And the mark that we have missed is to be kind to humanity. The mark that we have missed is to be kind to Mother Nature. The mark that we have missed is that we have made church an idol. The mark that we have missed is that we have made the sanctuary an idol. The mark that we have missed is that we have made pastors and bishops and apostles and prophets. We have made our spouses and mothers and fathers and our money and our jobs. We have made all of those idols. The mark that we have missed is to walk humbly before our God, to do justly, to love mercy. We have missed the mark to vote. We have missed the mark to speak out against systematic oppressions. We have missed the mark on showing up when we're supposed to our town hall meetings, because you do know that you have town hall meetings in the town that you live in. And those town hall meetings are convened so you can get better school systems, so you can get better access to care for child care, and so you can get that liquor store that sits in the middle of the city when you're walking from the school and your child got to pass 3 liquor stores. Those town hall meetings are there so those liquor stores can come out of the black and brown communities. That's why they're there. You've missed the mark to not join our neighborhood watches. We have missed the mark not to join for NYCHA, those housing authority committees. We have missed the mark. We have missed the mark to join those committees in our districts where they make policy concerning where you live, how your tax dollars are being spent. We have missed the mark. And so I want to talk to you prophetically today. Stop sitting on the sideline gazing. Stop sitting on the sideline wondering what you can do. I've already told you what you can do. Call the legislators. Call the Senate, your governor, send letters, start a petition. Come on. These people are dangerous to us. They don't care nothing about us. They're afraid of us. They are threatened by us. They are threatened by who we are, and they are threatened by how we look. Why you think they want to tan? Why you think they want to get out in the sun? The moment sun comes, everybody hits the beaches. And why you think they tan or went along in the tanner salons? Because they want to be us. Why you think they get all that collagen in their lips? Because they want their lips to be fat. Why you think they get their noses done? Because they want to be us. Why you think they get their cheekbones get done? Because they want to be us. So afraid of the power that we have, and afraid of a power that we don't believe we have, that was given to us by our ancestors, by the original Jew, not by a culture, not by a culture, but by DNA. The original Hebrew. I know the old prophet done went somewhere. Yeah. Noah wasn't cursed with black. Noah wasn't cursed. His offspring wasn't cursed with blackness. We were already black. We were already kissed by the sun. And everything, all of the nutrients in the earth lives in us. All of the nutrients that it takes for us to heal ourselves, The Bible says that the leaves on the tree are good for the healing of the nation. We have what it takes in our bodies as we eat the right things, as we rest, as we drink water, as we exercise, as we show up, as we stop making other people responsible for our way. We were already kissed. We were already given. Our skin, our flesh, our bodies were already prepared for heat. And this heat we're under, we're already prepared for spiritually. So as natural as it is in spirit. We are already ready for this heat. We will not crumble. We will not fall. We will not falter. We will not be hindered. Come on. Because as they oppress us, as Pharaoh oppresses, the text says they grew stronger. They waxed great. And they grew stronger. Where's your power? The power lies within. The power lies within. We have the power of life and death lies within our tongues, lies in our mouths. What are you saying over your life? What are you saying over your health? What are you saying over your families? What are you saying over your relationships? What are you saying? Now, don't get me wrong. I'm not telling you to live in la la land. That's not what I am saying. But what I am saying is we overcome by the word of our testimony and by the blood of the Lamb. We have what it takes in us already to get through this. But we have to join our forces. We are greater together than we are apart. Bishop Funder says it all the time. And I am decreeing and declaring that I'm prophesying to you over the airwaves that we have to do our part. Get out and vote. Get those petitions. Sign those petitions. Your vote matters. If you are not registered to vote, you are a liar and the truth is not in you and you don't love God. And I'm going to say it, and I know that was harsh to say it. You a liar and the truth ain't in you and you don't love God if you are not registered to vote. I'm going to leave that right there. Register. Because you can't complain about a system that you are not in the system to fight for, or come on, you can't. That's just like, oh, I'm hungry. I wish these people get in here and cook, and you ain't bought a meal, you ain't bought no bread, you ain't bought no spaghetti, you ain't bought no sauce, you ain't bought no meat, but you hungry, and you want somebody to get in here and cook. Well, where's your money? I want to know where your money is. Put your money where your mouth is. You got something to say, register. Register, register, register. You can register online. You can go to the post office. Come on. You can go to the DMV. Come on. You can't talk about a system that you are not you are not involved in. Prophetically, I want to speak to you today. Vote. Vote, vote. That's the prophetic utterance. Vote, vote, vote. As Pharaoh oppresses, we wax stronger. We wax greater. It says, and every time we oppress them, they seem to keep having babies. They keep doing it. Yes, we don't die, we multiply. And every time you oppress us, we will grow. We will get stronger. We will get greater. We will get better. Vote. I'm going to be with you on Sunday night. And I'm done. Sunday night, I am going to be in a one-night prophetic revival. One-night prophetic revival. The Lord told me to come on Pentecost Sunday night and do a one-night prophetic revival. Somebody keeps saying that it's going to turn into something else. But the Lord told me one night, and if God speaks something else, then we will go with that. but I know that he did tell me to come on Sunday night, Pentecost Prophetic Revival, one night, Pentecost Prophetic Revival. I am going to be on Facebook Live. I'm going to give you a word. The Lord has given me a word on due season, and I'm going to prophesy. I am going to be on as the people come on. I'm going to be on. The Lord has a word for you. I'm going to post the information. The flyer should be the flyer should be finished by today, no later than tomorrow. Pentecost Sunday night. Pentecost Sunday night, 8 p.m. I am going to be on for a one-night prophetic revival. I am going to be on, and the Lord has a word. The Lord has given me prophetic utterances to speak. I am going to be with you on Pentecost night. Pentecost night. Some of us would be in service on Pentecost night. Well, the Lord told me to create a service, and I'm going to create a service. And the Lord told me prophetic Pentecost prophetic revival, one night. Because there is a word from the Lord. If this word has blessed you so, please sow a seed. Please do so. Feel free. Tell a friend, tell a neighbor. When the flyer gets up, I'm going to be posting it. I want you to share it. I'm going to post it in Instagram. I'm going to post it everywhere. I am going to be on Sunday night, Pentecost Sunday night. That is May 31st, Sunday night. I'm going to be on at 8 p.m. for a one-night Pentecost prophetic revival. And the Lord has given me a word, and there is a word from the Lord. And I will be speaking to you prophetically. And I am praying for you all. I am praying that God will speak. I am praying that God will intervene. I am praying that God will show God's self mighty, and God will show God's self strong. And so I am going to come off. And I will see you on Sunday night. Feel free to sow a seed at $, at my Cash App $, God's Mouthpiece 0721. Thank you for being on. Vote, vote, vote. Call your legislators, call the Senate, the governors, go to the town hall meetings, show up for those places when there are meetings. When there are meetings, show up, because you will not know what they are thinking to do and what they have already done behind your back, because you have not been in the number. Please, please, please share, 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 share. Go on, be well. I'm going to put my theme song on, and I'm going to let it play, and I'm going to let it play, and I'm going to let it play, and I'm going to let it play. Where's my theme song? Where's my theme song? And I know that all things work together for my good. Yeah. Judah Band, where are you? I don't own the rights to this music. I don't own the rights to this music. I didn't own that what played in the beginning. All things are working together for your good. Yes. Y'all be praying for me. I got one more paper to finish, and I'm going to have that done before the weekend. So y'all be praying. It's for my good. It's for my good. Things work together for my good. And I know that all things work together for my good. I love you too, Ronnie. Bless you all. Thank you all for being on. Thank you all for being on with me today. I see Michelle Mason, Lucretia, Gloria Winslow, Michelle Draper, Consuela, I love you. Sasha, Brian Reeves, bless you, sir. I see T.D. Presley, Michelle Brooks, I see you, boyette. I see Fern on with the Fern. I see her. My godmother. My godfather was on. Bless you. Marquita, I see you. Sincere, bless you. John, I love you too. Michelle, keep praying for me. Draper, keep praying for me. Consuela, I love you, baby. Please share. Share Sunday night. When I tell you there's a word, the Lord's been giving me some revelation about that do. D-E-U. Do. I'm telling you, God's going to speak a word to the people. I've been getting prophetic words for some people, and the Lord told me that I needed to go on. So Sunday night, 8 p.m. 8 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. Somebody got to get me a tambourine and send me a tambourine. I'm going to go find me a guitar center, so I can play my tambourine on my phone. Please, Michelle, thank you. Thank you for having us in your prayers. Miracles, signs, and wonders will follow them that believe. And God's done more than I ever expected. Than I ever expected. You did more. God's gonna do it. Bless you, John. Sunday night, Pentecost Prophetic Revival, 8 p.m. Tune in. The flyer should be up. I love you all. Be well, and I will talk soon. Bye-bye.